Kia ora, and welcome to another Sharp Kinane Limited software tutorial. My name's David Kinane. Today's tutorial continues with our focus on Fusion360. This tutorial is going to focus on the rectangular and circular pattern tool. It's a short tutorial, but still really interesting, so let's get right into it. We're going to be looking at this tool here, the pattern tool, and going to organise our things into a circular pattern. So let's have a look at what we've created here. I've created one blade of an impeller around a central cylindrical hub, and I've put a couple of fillets on the join range between the blade and the cylinder. And now what I want to do is I want to repeat this shape around a particular circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on create. I'm going to click on the pattern object here and click on circular pattern, and we're going to walk our way through this. Just have a quick look at options here. So make sure we're doing a circular pattern. Yes. We want to object type. We're going to select our object. There's our object, and we want to select our axis, and I want to come all the way into here and select that axis, which I selected the axis point. Now because I've done this before, number 12 is in here, but you often it just comes up with a number 3, so you can see that. So we've got 3 impellers here. I want to turn that, in fact, make that 12. You can make any number you like. I'm going to make mine 12, so you see what's going on here, and click OK. So I've made this really nice 12-finned impeller here, and I now want to make a base for it. So let's continue our drawing. Click on here, and we want to click on the surface. I want to make a base for this. Let's just zoom out a little bit. See what I'm doing, and I'm just going to eyeball this. So I'm going to start from the center, align my circle in the center, make it a little bit wider, 172. I probably need to make it 170. That'll be about right, I think. Yep, that'll do. Enter. There's my circle. Finish the sketch. I want to I want to extrude that, make sure it's a new body. Let's come up 4 millimeters, probably be enough. Don't want cut, I want join. Click OK. You just need to make sure when you do this, if something happens that you're not sure, the red indicator there warned me that it was another operation going on, so I need to make sure it's join. Click OK, and now we should have my impeller. And the last thing is, you can see here I want to make an axle hole here, so I made a concentric circle for my the axle that's going to be attached to this impeller. So now I'm going to use the E tool. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to come back to here. I'm going to click on the to object option here, and I'm going to rotate to the other side. Zoom out a little bit. Whoops. And to here, zoom in. So select to object here, this plane, that's the one. It's gone all the way through now. Click OK. And so if I decide to change the thickness of this base for the impeller at any point in the future, or I decide to lengthen the size of the axle on this side, it will always be cut through to the base. And so that's using, remember again, using the pattern tool here, which is really good. And now we're going to look at how to use the rectangular pattern. Let's, for argument's sake, say this is a piece of metal that I want to drill some holes in. So I'm going to just click over here. I'm going to make a 9mm hole. And now let's, for example, say I wanted to make an array of these holes. So let's just click on this, and I want to click create and create another rectangular pattern. So click on here, because we're in the drawing mode, it looks slightly differently. I'm going to click on rectangular pattern, and what we've got here is the distance apart. So we've got some options over here. So let's have a look over here first of all. We've got 2 fields to fill out here. Here's the number of holes that we want and the spacing. So what we come down here, we can select the direction. So we want to go left to right, and we don't want to go this way, so we have to put minus. Let's select quantity, but over here we've got spacing. What are our options here? We've got the extent, so how far do you want them to go? So we could make them as far as 100 millimeters apart, but this is 90 millimeters long, so we could make this 85. We'll look at the two options here. Let's click spacing. Let's say we know they're 9 millimeter centers, so let's say we wanted them 25 millimeters apart, and they've gone the wrong direction. So if we click in, if we make this minus 25, they go this way. And so you can now see I've got these holes here in this direction. So if I made 4, it's gone off, but I can now change this as make this 20. That's looking good. So I've now put these 22 here, and that's okay. Click OK. Click the wrong way. So create a rectangular pattern, select the direction this way, thank you. 18 millimeters this time, and we've got them spread out. Let's make it 4, just on. Let's make this 16 millimeters. Click OK. And we've now got an array of holes all organized in a nice rectangular pattern, evenly spaced on our object here. So what we could do now is we could click finish sketch, and if we want to drill those holes, we just click on the shape that we want to extrude. So click on E, and if we go up, let's go up 15 millimeters, return. And we've now got a block with all those holes already drilled in there for us. And so being able to master the pattern function here from objects that have already been made, or if you're actually working in the drawing model, you can see them already split up. And that's how you can use the arrange rectangular and circular pattern objects. Thank you for watching this Sharp Canane tutorial. Until the next one, ka kite anō.